Fill me out with a flame. I will let you win this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and
Grenade out. Grenade out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the stream. It's IHSC's Draco's channel, and we're here with Skyline League once again. My name, well, if you don't know it by now, you're pretty crazy because I've been here a lot. But my name is Fjorman. I'm joined, of course, by none other than Spartan tonight. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. I'm just excited for this game. We have two heavy-hitting teams tonight. We have Addicted Ambition versus Blood Valley, and these are two really good teams coming at it here. Blood Valley doing very well so far, surprising me for the amount that these guys, these five guys playing together, they just have fun together, and then they're playing Addicted Ambition, who, in my opinion, are probably the top team right now in the entire league, so it's going to be a banger of a match.
I mean, we had a crazy match last night that went into overtime,
Yeah.
then went into I thought it was my brain cramped. It didn't go into double overtime, but it went into overtime.
Yeah.
It was as close could be, with both teams just not able to close it out. Do you think that we're going to see the closeouts? You know, do you think we're going to see a team really grab onto those later rounds and just take it home tonight?
to say if Addicted Ambition get to that point, they definitely will close the game out. I think they're a very good team, and I think that their mental is very, very good. But on the other hand, they're facing a very storied lineup in Blood Valley. These guys have went on to create Guardian Esports. Then they came back. These are just 5 guys playing together who have played together forever. So I just think that on either side of things, we have a very, very good, like 2 very good rosters. But I think if Addicted Ambition get to 14, 15, I don't see them dropping the ball and letting Blood Valley have that chance to make the comeback happen.
That's fair. That's really fair. Hey, I've got to do the thing. I've got to give a big shout out to, of course, IHSC for
Yeah.
sponsoring the tournament. They have been such a big help for us, and us being
Mhm.
over here on their channel and supporting us so much here at Skyline League. It's been huge for us
Yeah.
so far. And it's only going to get bigger. That's the whole point. We want this to grow. So if you're not already following the channel, look, it's right like down here. You just click the little follow button. It helps us out so much, and it's going to help Skyline League grow, guys. If you are a true supporter of what we're doing here, then absolutely smack that button.
Yeah, especially with the amount of guys we have behind the scenes working on everything. I mean, we have JT, you, we have obviously I have to shout out our main man, Peak. He's been putting in all the work along with
So much.
running a team and rebuilding and all that. So if you guys don't mind, just drop a quick little follow. It helps more than you guys think, and it costs nothing. That's the best thing. It costs nothing.
Right.
There's no downside to following. So it
Not
is
at all.
perfect in that way, guys.
Oh no, you
Um,
have one more channel popping up on the left of Twitch. Shucks.
Oh yeah, that it's nothing. It's nothing. You don't even have to turn on notifications. We're just asking for a follow here, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get back into it. I think we're going to Vertigo, and from the way it looks, we're going to a Vertigo here between these two teams. And I want to ask, what do you think? We've seen a decent amount of Vertigo so far this tournament. What do you think about this map? Because it's in the major CS community, it's a pretty polarizing map, so to speak.
I'm still not sold on Vertigo personally.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think Vertigo lends itself elevation, right? I think
Mhm.
elevation is the key here. The rotation times for the CTs, while it seems like they're pretty quick, they're really not, and they're very limited. If you look at the map as a whole, you've only got 2 or 3 lanes for a good retake. It's pretty much known how you're going to retake it. So I think CT side on this is relatively tough if you're not reading the strats properly. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of back and forth on it.
Yeah, and then just to throw another question your way, what do you think of the whole A ramp fight that we seem to have every single round? Because like for me watching Vertigo, it feels like if you don't have control of A ramp on the CT side, there's really nothing you can do besides sit back and play retake on A. And I feel like that's one of the biggest issues with Vertigo. I don't have a problem with the elevation personally. I just wish it would be a bit harder to hear everyone. But then with the way A ramp is set up and with how important that part of the map is, do you feel that this map kinda will give us an issue in that sense?
I I think it's more going to boil down to what's the research you've done on this map. Both teams need to put together a really good set of strats on both sides. You need to have a strong defensive side. How's your aggression? How much are you peaking that A ramp versus how are you attacking that A ramp? Are you letting the CTs come down it or get that information that you are there or not there? So utility is incredibly important on this map, and I think that's what's going to separate a strong team from a weaker team on this map.
Yeah, definitely. And then I also just want to point out these are two teams that have a very good core together, very good team play. So, like you said, it's going to come down to that utility and Vertigo, especially in the pugs. And a lot of people when they pug it, it feels like such an aim map. But really, what can win you this game is if that utility is good, if you can flash for people. And that's something I always harp on when I'm here on the caster's desk. If you're in your team in this league, and you're not properly flashing for your teammates, you're not smoking things off, you're not
Right.
mollying people out of position, what are you doing? We're now at the point where Skyline League is one of those points. It's at that point where the competition's only going to get better. And if you're just trying to have fun with your buddies, don't expect to try to get that cash prize. Don't expect to win that tournament. Don't expect to lift that trophy. And it doesn't take much to get that together. And that's why I'm so excited to see Vertigo between two of these teams, because both of these teams like to play at Fiorme. And also, they're good on this map. We have seen both of these teams perform very highly on this map. So this will be a very good match.
I'll be very curious to see how the teams handle the economy. That was a big issue in last night's match on Mirage. I'll be curious to see what happens today. CT economy is very, very tough. I'm taking a look here. Does look like there may be a ping issue. We're seeing if the teams look like it's just one player that's having that ping issue. So we'll kind of see what happens here. But just to go back to it, the economy is going to be such an important thing for the CT-sided team to really take a look at. They've got to make sure that, sure, you've got that, let's say you've got that $4,000, but are you in a round that's going to be winnable? Are you in a round that's going to be, did you just come off that win, or are you running off a loss bonus?
Exactly.
At this point?
How's your team buying even?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how the eco rounds are played and how you can keep that CT, because that's what's going to really elevate this game, is that if the T's can get on a run, they're going to be on that run, and they're going to be able to have at least an AK or that Galil, that headshot machine, every single round, even if they're losing. And you don't get that opportunity on CT side. So I want to see the in-game leaders really take charge of economy and utility in this match tonight.
Yeah, and on top of that, the good thing is both of these teams having very consistent, the same roster in every match. There's not going to be that issue you sometimes see when you constantly have to bring a sub in, or you're rehauling the roster, where players aren't going to be on the same page. I know for a fact from knowing the Blood Valley guys and commentating for them, I think commentating this exact roster starting 3 years ago, they're all going to be on the same page. The thing is sometimes the money just isn't there. And on that CT side, I think the economy system in Counter-Strike right now is so T-sided in the fact that you really just need armor and AK on 3 players, and you can make do with only 2 players having smokes, especially on a map like Vertigo. Utility on the T side, while it is useful, you don't need every player. So the T's will have, unless you get a good run on that CT side, you will be facing buy after buy after buy after buy, especially if the bomb plants keep coming. So like you said, utility and the IGLs making the right call at the right time, that is going to be probably the biggest thing for us here, Fiorme.
Well, it looks like we're going to be swapping over to Dallas. We were playing Chicago, and one of the players with that 500 ping is now looking at Dallas. You think that might change anything? I mean,
nah,
north and south.
Not necessarily. I think Chicago servers for Faceit are just a little bit weaker, and this is something that Faceit has had issues with for a very long time. And it is looking like we are going to need a sub for Addicted Ambition. So right there, me saying, hey, this is a good 5-man roster. They're looking for a sub, and that is going to change a bit how you play, but hopefully that sub is replacing, I want to say, possibly the entry fragger or the lurker, someone who doesn't need to be that well-versed in the utility department and how the strategy goes. They can just be told to go kill. But I think you and I can both agree, having that sub, not playing with your consistent 5, especially right before match day, having to change this, it is a bit of a kicker. It's going to bring the emotions. It's going to bring that mental a little bit further down here.
Yeah, 100%. Adding in a factor that you're not prepared for, like a sub, how well do they know the strats? How well do they know the utility that you planned on doing? How well are they going to flash? It's going to throw everything off, and that is such a scary thing to have happen. And I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do here. We've just got to kind of wait and see now.
Yeah, the hope is that those other 4 guys can get that 5th guy pretty quickly, well versed into it. They can take a little bit of time. But yeah, it is what it is, though, ladies and gentlemen. The best thing about online tournaments is the flexibility of it, and the bad thing about it is the fact that we sometimes have ISP issues. So, but that is how it is, Fiorme.
It's out of our hands. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump to a Be Right Back screen. We're going to hang out for a little bit, get this sorted on the back end, and we'll bring you this match here in just a few minutes.
Grenade out. Grenade out.
She's a white person. All right.
All right. Well, I think we're back.
I think we are. Finally.
Right? Let's see here. Let's hope that we've got some good pings. That's what I want to see.
It is
But-
looking a little bit better here.
Now the question is this outlier of who do they get to replace? Do we
I'm
get that
not
info?
sure yet. I know it's on Addicted Ambition, and we're gonna see once they get all the way in. I'm pretty sure it was Howard who was having the issue, so we will see. I know Buddy Boo was there. I know Lieutenant Peak was there. It might be Spazzy as the replacement, but I'm not 100% sure here.
Well,
Regardless, it is whoever's replacing Howard.
and it's just gonna end up being a matter of, again, like, how well do you know these strats, and how well do they know what the game plan's going to be? Because that is, again, the most important thing. You've got to, this map leads itself to having a game plan on
Yeah,
both sides. You know,
yeah.
you can definitely hold angles as a CT, but knowing the rotations, knowing where you're going to play, where you're going to put that utility post and pre-plant, this map is just a very strategic map.
100%, and it's also one of those maps where like you said, if you don't have a plan, it's very easy to just lose that mental and fall into a hole, right? So one of the big things is this map lends itself to being pretty streaky, where you have one or two teams going, or one team going on a 3-4 round streak, then another team bringing that back, and it being pretty back and forth, like Mirage ends up being. But one of the keys for this match, like we have harped on so far, is having that plan and then also having that util. So for Addicted Ambition, who I have them at the top right now, they're number one, numero uno on my tier list of teams here, or close to that list.
Okay.
For this is now Blood Valley with this change having a little bit more of a chance. The odds swing a little bit more in their favor to give him an opportunity to get into this and possibly take a huge scalp in Addicted Ambition.
I mean, we're gonna see. We're waiting to see that fifth join back up and
Yeah,
get going. I mean, that's all we can do at this point, is just a little bit of a waiting time. Apparently, it's MXR ate him.
apparently,
That's the
but
issue. MXR, I knew
that
I knew it
that
was
is
you.
MXR. Don't worry about it. Let MXR do what MXR does, man. He's a legend around these parts.
Is he? Is he? Okay. Well,
We got
we've got all
everyone in.
5 in. We've got a game going. We've got a knife round. Let's get it. Let's just get
Grenade
it,
out.
man. I want to cast the games. I don't want to analyze. I want to cast.
Oh, I'm excited then. I'm excited. This is going to be great. And I think Lagin is the one who is replacing Howard over on Addicted Ambition. And on the other side of things, Guardian Esports has Goshan Plumber in there. I'm not sure. He was the fit they're waiting for. But we get right into the knife round. And it's going to be a nice and easy knife round. A pretty back and forth affair so far. But it is leaning... Unless Glonk Dizzle pulls off the impossible, it is going to be Addicted Ambition's knife round. He gets the
1,
first,
2.
gets the second.
Come
There's
on,
2
he
more to
can
go
do
for.
this.
Hasn't
It's a
lost any health
1v4.
yet.
He hasn't.
mean,
and he's got a 1 hit on Spazzy, 1 hit on Roger. Oh,
Very close there, very
it was.
close.
It could have been quite an exciting round, but instead, let's get into that pistol round and let's see what these teams can do.
Excuse me, just had to cough massively.
You're good.
Yeah, but getting into Guardian Esports, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see the full belt of utility coming out for Chili, and I'd assume Glock Dizzle to also pick that up. We have the armor going out for Glonk, Goshan Plumber, MXR, and Pants, and on the other side of things, it's the 4 sets armor and just Spazzy having that smoke nade combo, and the early nade's gonna come out, but that's a little too early, just a little bit of damage done on a Chili here. And again, for your main A-ramp control, automatically taken.
Yeah, they're gonna push straight up towards the site and try to get everything they can. And the first of that is gonna be Pete's head as Glonk takes him straight out. Gonna push around, finds Buddy Boo as well. 2 kills for him here. Drops, picks up another weapon, but Chili on the big flank here is gonna find 2. Can he take out Legine though? Legine is relatively low. Last man standing for Addicted Ambition. Just needs to find a head here. Glonk's gonna come in for the potential trade play, which is probably the right call. Coming around the corner, and there's the headshot from Chili. So Chili gonna find 2 on the round, with Glonk finding 2 as well. And that's gonna be Guardian Esports taking the first pistol round here. And now, I mean, look, they've got enough to do another good rush, and we saw that work for them pistol.
Yeah.
Addicted Ambition not really gonna put too much money into this round, and I think that's the right call.
Oh, I totally agree. Maybe you just buy something for $300. Keep it as close to that $2,000 as you can. Spazzy, the only person to buy, as he was the only person to get a kill, and I completely like this call. On the other side, you have the 2 Galils and the Mac-10s coming out. This is facilitating that if Guardian loses round, they at least have the money to keep this this going. If they get a bomb plant, they can rebuy into this. And you can see they went straight up into that A play. Already have everything that they could want. And MXR, he is that backline man, so he's going to be spotting out these 2 players on the flank. Does spot them out. He's going to get that early quick swing, get 2 quick, clean kills for MXR, and that is going to open up an easy round for Guardian. This is already over here for man.
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. They didn't. There's no investment into this round, and if you're not going to have that investment, you know, you're looking to get guns out of the hands of any of these Guardian players, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do that at all. But now the money's there. They're able to put a little bit of an investment into this round. You know, putting, depending on what they're rocking, most of them should be spending about $2,900 on a gun. They should be putting, yeah, there you go, armor on as well. Buddy Boo fully buying out here. So they are fully investing into this round here, which isn't a bad call by any means. It's definitely one of those things where they just can't really lose this one. The loss bonus isn't quite there yet. They'll be sitting under 3,000 pretty much on everybody.
Especially with it being that bonus round against Blood Valley. Blood Valley now, if they get a good round here, especially with them getting that opening on another Mac-10, it is going to be money woes for Adidicted. And you can see the rundown. Spazzy, Buddy Boo, both able to find 1. Buddy Boo able to find 2. Spazzy able to find himself 1. So now it's into the 2v4 for Pants and MXR. And MXR, he already has himself 1 in this round. He's looking for another. Spazzy's going to push forward off of this. Grab the Galil and walk away. On the other side of things, Pants, he is trying to see if anyone is headshot, just holding for that headshot angle. MXR is going to try to go through, cannot clean Spazzy out of the round, and you can see the switch up coming out. Spazzy with the 3K, and even though ramp goes the way of Guardian in the early pick, it's those SMGs and Galils that fall low. But for the fact, and I want to point this out for me, for the fact that in that bonus round 4 kills went to those Mac-10s, the rebuy for Guardian is already on the cards. There's no resting here if you're Adidicted Ambition.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Guardian didn't, you know, we talk about it, and we've said it a few times here about investments, right? Guardian did not invest into that round, and therefore they lost it. But the fact of the matter is that they had enough money to build up to buy into this round.
Yeah.
And still remain competitive. I mean, did he just drop the bomb?
Oh, it'll come back.
Oh, no,
okay.
I did not know that it came back. That was funny.
Yeah. So if you drop the bomb, ladies and gentlemen, if you drop the bomb off of this map, it will come back to you, unlike anything else. So don't drop anything else but the bomb. But Goshan Plumber, he does find that early opening onto Lieutenant Peak, who is going to go for that early B aggression off of that. Legine is going to retake this control back, so he's going to be putting himself in an amazing spot. And the T's on the other side of the map, now that there's a player down, but Roger Dodger, as I say that, does take Long Dizzle out towards mid, and that is going to bring us back into the 4v4, favoring the CT side. Buddy Boo, first up, does get tagged down by MXR, but MXR is going to get swung by Spazzy, so the damage comes back and forth. Pants, who was the only player to buy into that next round stuff onto the Deagle, will be there as Goshan on low health finds himself another frag. 2 in the round for him, and the bomb will go down. Smoke into heaven and Buddy Boo. He is already low. Pants the bomb planner with that Deagle. MXR finds the insta headshot on the 1. Legine, though, is able to find the flank. And now Roger Dodger and him both in good position, but not prepared for Chili to swing out from side. It is now up to Pants versus Roger Dodger, and he can't find anything. The utility perfect. M4 and AK picked up a great round coming out for Blood Valley.
Going to be a very broken buy coming out of Adidicted Ambition here. As you can see, Peak only with 2050 in his pockets there. He had the most money spent on that last round and no kills whatsoever. So just not getting any extra money whatsoever. And now realistically, Guardian looking like they've got a great opportunity to put at least another 1 or 2 on the board and really spread this gap a little bit.
Yeah, it's Blood Valley, by the way, Fiorme. This is the original Guardian Esports roster that isn't Guardian anymore, just by the way, so that's why it says Guardian up there. But this is the Blood Valley roster, and yeah, it's just the half-light coming out. Save the money, and this is exactly the worry if you're Adidicted Ambition. Guardian. You lose one round after winning, but Spazzy spams down a player A main, and you do not see that often, but that is a good opening frag, and so far Spazzy, he is the highlight of this team. 5 kills, topping the scoreboard in the entire server, but Legin taking a nade to the face, a lot of damage done, and that will go back, so Long Dizzolo able to find not only one, Spazzy on low health getting himself a second, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but it is going to be the commit into the B bomb site. Already one player low. Roger Dodger needs to be checked here. Will get cleaned up. No damage done. Legin finds himself on with the Deagle. It's falling apart from Pants and Chili. Pants is low. It's up against Spazzy. Already 2 in the round for this man. Needs to find a little more. The flash to go out. He's playing Jenny perfectly here in Pants. He's going to walk up. Looking to see what he can find, walking all the way around, knows where Spazzy is, knows that this player is here. He's going to be able to clean it up. But that is Addicted Ambition, a very good round coming out just from the pistols. No armor behind that.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of weapons out of the hands of Blood Valley there, and you can see now they have to reinvest, and they barely can. I mean, Galil's coming out for 2 players in both MXR and Chili. It was a really well-played round by Addicted Ambition. You've got to try really hard to break that T-side economy, and they did a good job there. I'm very curious to see. I'm not a big fan of the op on this map whatsoever.
I like the op on this map on T-side. I'm very reminiscent of the Simple and Zywoo opping styles of be aggressive, be mobile, and I think the op on this map can work really well over towards that ramp position where you see it being. And then over towards B for Legin, I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I do kind of like the play here. He will miss that initial shot and nearly go down for it, but you can see for Guardian here, talking about money a little bit more, Fiorme. They're pretty low on money, especially with Buddy Boo finding that opening onto the Galil of MXR. Legin also finally going to find Goshan Plumber, who pushed up into B. Glonk Dizzle finds one in return, but it's not without Spazzy chiming in. So now, into the 2v4, again, a similar position for Guardian, and you can see that round before this, it was costly, losing 4 players.
I'm really curious to see what their plan is here. I mean, both of them moving over towards it. Looks like it's going to be a B take here. Pants still has that AWP in hand at AK for Glonk. Now, Legin is relatively low, but he's got the angle. Oh, he looks away at the wrong time. Luckily able to flick up and find Glonk, but now it's the op versus op battle. We'll see who wins this one. Can Legin find the angle? Pants just trying to peek up forward. Finds the head of Buddy Boo as he drops down. Now they're going to get a little bit more aggressive. No, they do fall back.
Well, it's all going to be on Spazzy here, right? He's already on the flank. Pants, he needs to move forward. 15 seconds left, and he really has no way to save. Both players playing safe on the Jenny. They're just waiting for that bomb plant, and especially with Spazzy, it's going to be the swing out. It's going to be the cleanup. Bomb will go down. Nothing will be found. And Addicted Ambition, they get a second here, but it is so far a good T-side. 4 rounds in the first 6 for this Blood Valley roster.
Yeah, but with no loss bonus, look at the money now. Again, once it's managing that economy that is going to be difficult, and T-side has such an advantage economy-wise with their guns being so much lower priced, but when you just don't have the money, you just don't have the money. And Addicted Ambition in a really good place here to potentially pull this round away from Blood Valley as well, make it a 3-4 scoreline. And if they don't get too many kills, Blood Valley could be looking at not having money next round either.
Yeah, especially, and this all comes back to that pistol round. Just the pistols getting 4 kills, nearly the 5th, cleaning up that round, and it leads you into this position. But needs to come out. Legin does miss his early shot here, and now he's going to have to swing back into it. Missing another, will go down without a kill as the B-hole player, but Buddy Boo, he is here, does find himself one. Molotov utility going out the half by actually a full force into this round to come out. Pants does have the scout. MXR low does have the AWP of his own. And now the retake is on. Chili will fall. Goshan able to trade him out. Looking for another. Can't find Roger Dog. And now it's left all up to Pants and MXR. MXR able to find one. Both of these players tucked into these positions. It's very good for them. Lieutenant Peak will peek out. Now it's left all up to Pants. A 1v2 for him. And the players, they need to be found. He's going to find himself one. So to the scout looking for what he can. It is a cleanup from Spazzy. but a costly round nonetheless for Addicted Ambition.
I mean, kills spread out pretty well across all of Blood Valley there. 1 for 4 of those players each. So the money, you know, Goshen can definitely grab something here, but MXR is in a tight spot. Blanc could potentially glass cannon. Hans could potentially glass cannon as well. But it looks like we're going to have the Deco, which is probably my favorite eco round of all time, because if you win a round like this, you know, it's not only great, it's just flashy and exciting.
Yeah, and it was a great round coming out there. A little bit of hype behind the fact that on the force, they were almost able to make it work, and it just came down to that last player, Pants, not being able to find both kills there, reading the situation wrong. But Goshan, he's out early and does get flashed and killed by Spazzy, so the utility already giving Addicted Ambition the early lead into this round. It is what we call in the business a deco here, Fiorme, and we used to look always to Skyline as the team who would win more decos than anything else, but in this position, it doesn't seem that way. But Lagine again missing a shot onto Pants, what seemed to be a pretty easy shot here, Fiorme, and it's looking like it's gonna be another B hit. Chili having only a smoke and a flash for the team, and oh my gosh, MXR finds one out towards mid. And that's instantly going to pull some rotates. He finds the second on Roger Dog. And he's looking for more. Just barely misses the head. And Pants is going to find Lagine pushing up into the B bomb site. So they're about to do it with the weaker round here. A 3v2 now. Bomb to go down. Post plants to get set up. And both Spazzy and Lieutenant Peak are very far away. Just now getting into position. The utility coming in to get in there. Pants having the AWP up close. He gets the first. Can't find the second. But it's left up to Lieutenant Peak, a 1v2. A4 picked up, smoke onto the bomb site, trying to see what he can find, but both of these teams are playing in a great position, and Chili, the Deagle, is there. And for Addicted Ambition, that is a easily dropped round, and for Guardian, an instant reset coming out here, Fiorme.
Yeah, I mean, now it's all of a sudden just complete reverse. No money on the sides of Addicted Ambition. So it looks like Blood Valley should definitely have an opportunity and a smart timeout here, in my opinion. This definitely gives an opportunity to kind of reset the momentum a little bit and try to not allow Blood Valley to tie 2 rounds together like that.
Yeah.
To really get a chance to disrupt things there. I liked what was happening in that round. It was very well played by, you know, Blood Valley. Getting those 2 big headshots from MXR really opened up that round for them. And then honestly, that smoke just did not provide the cover that he needed enough at all. He needed to try to get that smoke to fall just a little bit shorter, closer to spawn, and he couldn't. And unfortunately, that allowed a very, very nice headshot coming out of Chili.
Yeah, and that is a great round coming out from Guardian, and the fact that they make it work with the Deagles. And there was a ton of utility on Addicted Ambition, and they decided to choose to take those 50-50 aim duels. And against Blood Valley, that's a mistake. Always try to use that utility. This is a very well-versed and well-skilled roster. But as we get back into it, I love the timeout call from Addicted Ambition, and we get right back into it. It is pretty much what you would consider a full buy, a pretty much full force coming out. Spazzy on the MP9. You have everyone else on either the 2 Deagles or the CZ and 5.7. Usually you see a team kind of stick to the same for everyone, but that has changed coming out here. But utility to come out from the T's, and they take that quick ramp control here, and they're going to see what else they can find. Buddy Boo is in that headshot position, and it's going to be Goshan that again finds the opening over towards B, and that's instantly going to be a rotate pull. Instantly, Roger Dog has to fall off towards B, and you can see the bomb already starting to move around here. The CTs looking like they might want to set something up here, but still a presence, and it's going to be all on to Roger Dog. He's going to be the last guy. MXR even getting a kill over towards A. It's going to make this round just a little bit harder. Spazzy will clean him up, call a clear, but it's still... Oh, Buddy Boo. A great shot from him on Goshan, putting it into the 3v3, making this a little harder. Spazzy coming around with the AK-47 as well. Glonk Dizzle, though, on the AWP, finds himself Buddy and it's left all up to Roger Dog. He's been at Jenny practically this entire round for me, and he needs to clean it up here.
It's not going to be easy whatsoever. They did a
Ooh,
great
save.
job putting the smokes down very defensively around the generator and just stopping any kind of push. And yeah, you called it. That's going to be a call to save. It's going to be a 5-7, but the AK in the hands of Spazzy is pretty good. I think they're looking potentially for another weapon here. I think they'll find an MP9 over here, at least something to carry over into that next round. The armor on both sides as well. You know, a tough round here for Addicted Ambition to lose, and that's actually devastating. The AK's dropped. They're only going to carry around the MP9 into this round, and that is just absolutely heartbreaking.
And that completely changes what you're talking about. If you're on that CT side, looking at it and go, you know what? We have this AK. Let's force into this round. Let's buy around it. Now it's again just the half-buy pistols, maybe a flashbang or two. Try to keep that MP9 through to the next round. And for Guardian, this is an almost surefire 7.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct there. I mean, they're going to be very aggressive here. It's going to open up an opportunity for MXR to spray down 1, 2 of them with the help of Chili. And it looks like Peak going to try to make a peek here and see if he can find anything. They spot him out, get him through the smoke as Peak falls. It was a full 5-stack on A, and I think they're going to realize that B's probably the weak site right now. Rotations coming out of both teams, as there's nothing really, I mean, you've got nothing to lose here on the side of Addicted Ambition, and everything to lose on the side of, my brain cramp there, on Blood Valley.
Blood Valley, yeah.
And so, you know, yeah, you can do some economic damage here. Guanc's got a lot of money. He's going to have even more after this next round. Pants will be looking pretty good too. Chili's going to be looking good. But MXR and Goshen are pretty low, honestly. There's a good chance that... Okay, well, yeah, flash your team. That works. There's a good chance that, you know, it can still be very disruptive if you force them to buy a weapon this round. MXR is going to have to buy a new weapon. We'll see if anybody else has to as well. Really, you want to try to get Goshen out of here. And even though they can be bought for,
Glonk Dizzle wants to get out, and they are going to get out for practice 3 here. Pants will be able to clean it up, and just like that, Guardian up to 7, and they're making good work of this T side. Already 7 rounds on what I have to say is a CT-sided map here, Fiorme. So this is looking very good for them. And the buy finally coming out for Addicted Ambition. It was 2 rounds in a row where they had to just kind of take it on the chin, but now they'll have almost everything that they could want on that CT side, and I think this is a must-win round here.
You really don't want Guardian to, or I'm sorry, you really don't want Blood Valley to get beyond 7 at all. Not at all. Like, you really need to come together here, get the rotations correctly, and make that push. Because if you don't 8-7 this, you are going to have a very tough TF.
Yeah, you need to kind of get it as even as possible here. And Spazzy does start it out on the right foot with that beautiful M4 play. It was MXR trying to find that opening space, trying to find that early entry through the smoke, and Spazzy was prepared for it. On the other side of things, you can already see they're just leaving Buddy Boo here to play retake A, putting 2 players over towards mid, 2 players over towards B, and this is just going to be that retake A setup that we'd like to see from a lot more teams here. And for the T's, it is just Chili over towards this A side of the map. Everyone else kind of floating around, looking to see what they can find. The Molotov will come in. Buddy Boo will have to get out and play a bit more of a passive style. Flash getting dropped over, just flashbangs and 1 Molotov left. Smoke to go in. And here comes the bomb, slowly but surely. Flashbang to go out. Pants gets caught with the bomb in the open. And now it is looking very good. Lieutenant Peak will get caught on the cross, or excuse me, on the flank. Lagine also getting caught by Glonk Dizzle. Goshan Falls going for the lurk play, and now it's left all up to the 2v3 for the T's. Chili with the A4 still in hand. Glonk falling off with the AWP. And it's just a Molotov and a flash left, and Roger Dog's going to lose both of that utility. The dry attack having to come out here for these 2 CTs. Glonk's going to be able to find Spazzy. It's left all up to Buddy Boo, and he will fall as well. 3 for Glonk in the round, and Guardian up to 8. Addicted Ambition looking, besides Spaz, very weak here.
Yeah, this is really starting to look very bleak for Addicted Ambition. I mean, if they allow realistically any more rounds over to Blood Valley, then they're just really setting themselves up for a rough T side here. Unfortunately, I guess HLTV stats are broken for Verdi. Trying to pull up anything, but it's just one of those things where if Addicted Ambition can't come together and find literally just the rest of the rounds, they cannot allow Blood Valley any more rounds.
And right now, the bomb has been left at the bottom of a ramp. A-Tick is coming in, and Pants is on the flank here. He will get spotted out by one. Spazzy will be able to find his second into the round, and this man has been the playmaker so far. Chili finally going for the bomb plant, finally going to get that down. And now, as you can see, the 3v3 to come in, a scout on one player, 2 AKs on the other 2. Spazzy is that head man here. Flashes, utility coming out, and a warning shot fired from Glonk. He is going to get into that position. Smokes to come down. The retake smokes indeed. And the tag out from the scout. Every tag that he can get, the better here. But it's going to be Glonk with that AWP. Able to swing around, get himself another. MX Star takes down Roger Dog. And it's left all up to Buddy Boo. He needs to find 3. Will not be able to. Does get the tag. MXR should fall. And he's still with 1 health. Gets the cleanup here, ladies and gentlemen. 9-3. And for Guardian, the money is more than enough.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the economy is out of the conversation for Blood Valley at this point. It is just, there's no point in talking about it at all. They've got money to last out the rest of these last 2 rounds here on the half. Addicted Ambition, you know, they've got this buy round. If they lose the next one, I mean, they've got the loss bonus stacked up pretty much full, and there's nothing they really need to worry about. They'll be able to put together something. But that, you can see, they've got that early aggression over towards B, as you've got Lejeune there. But Legione's gonna get flicked on by Glonk, Dizzle, and then Ghost gonna clean up Buddy. So now, pretty much a free B bomb site. They'll grab the bomb, make their way over.
Yeah, exactly, and they're going to make that quick play. Roger Dog just has to fall off, and look at this, the save call already pretty much coming out for the CTs. They might try to give this a chance for the fact that they have utility, but it's almost in the position where a save has to be called, and that is what will get called. Guardian double digits on the T side, and while Goshan falls, what a perfect B take. Goshan getting out early, Glonk on the AWP finding that early frag. A beautiful play from Guardian, and it's just an easy snowball effect there, Fiorme.
I mean, honestly, like, if you look at how these rounds have been going, Addicted Ambition have been literally throwing every page of their strategy book at Blood Valley, and they haven't been able to pull anything off whatsoever. Aggression has not worked. Being passive has not worked. There's just, they don't have an answer for what Blood Valley is doing at all.
And it is perfect so far. Spazzy will get himself another exit, and he is still topping the scoreboard. 17 frags for him, but with that said, Addicted Ambition down 3-10 on the CT side, and we keep talking about this, but I mean, the money for Guardian, between just Golonk and Chili, is enough to survive you these last 2 rounds of play, and for Blood Valley, this is looking amazing so far. They are having a great side here, and you can instantly see the CTs were looking like they wanted to go for the early B play and will automatically fall off. This B aggression yet to work for the CTs.
Yeah, they just, again, nothing has been working for them whatsoever. Their utility usage, I don't know. I'm actually really curious to see if I can see that stat right now. I mean, yeah, here's a great thing to talk about, right? Utility damage on the side of Addicted Ambition is about 102.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. It's 110, okay? On the side of Blood Valley, Glonk Dizzle alone, or I'm sorry, Goshen alone has 110.
Yeah.
Like, they just have not been effective with their utility damage. Now, definitely there's been a lot of flashes coming out of Spazzy, who has flashed 19 enemies, but it just hasn't been enough. And I think I wanted to point this out on a round a little bit ago. but there was a flash that came out with a double peek from the Addicted Ambition to try to get one of these members of Blood Valley. But the problem is that the peek happened before the flash happened, so it ended up being a trade instead of a potential frag.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we're seeing is Addicted Ambition, we talked about it, is not using utility really that well.
And in that situation right there to take MXR down after Legine gets that opening and Spazzy finds himself in 18, that was that perfect position to say, hey, let's use our utility and use the utility right. But in 19 seconds, the bomb will go down. Buddy does find himself one, but Chili looking to spam through, gets himself 1.5, finds Spazzy as well. So all up to Legine. Glonk Dizzle cleans him up. Chili with the 3K and Guardian with an 11th. And at this point, the only man sitting at the top of the scoreboard, the only positive for Addicted Ambition has been these flashes for Spazzy and Spazzy himself here for Fiorme. I mean, how much more can we say? It feels like every round almost ends the same way. Get the opening frags, get these easy picks, move on, you know?
Yeah, there's not a lot that I feel like Addicted Ambition can do at this point. I mean, absolutely just continue to try, but, you know, the team tries to make a big push there. Able to find only one on the back of Buddy Boo with the trade. Now it's a free sight as Goshen finds a second on the Roger Dog. Utility comes out, but that's pretty much all she wrote with the utility. They've got 2 flashes and a smoke. Smoke's already out. Bomb's gonna get finished. See, he's there. And look at this, there's still plenty of utility on the side of Blood Valley.
Yeah, Blood Valley are playing this perfectly. They get the 2 opening picks on the B. They trade the players out, and now it's left all up to Lieutenant Peak. He is able to find himself one. Spazzy was able to get 2 into the round. So now it comes down to the 1v1. This is the difference between Zonic's Law and a dominant half between Blood Valley and Addicted, and Lieutenant Peak gets caught off. Spazzy's still the top of the scoreboard, but in a team game like this, Fiorme, we have to say Blood Valley have looked like the lights out better team.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of at a loss of words in a way. You came in here and you said, like, all right, Addicted Ambition, one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
And Blood Valley is absolutely looking like that is just not the case in the slightest. They have embarrassed Addicted Ambition so far. But now, I mean, look, this is Counter-Strike. Anything can happen here. And we've got a brand new fresh half, brand new fresh economy. Let's see what this pistol round can do.
And it is the quick A hit. The retake going to come out for Blood Valley. And it is a must-win round for this T side of Addicted Ambition. And so far, it will be the 4v4. Goshan is able to find one in return. Chili, very low with the P250. Nothing to be found. The T's resetting, all with armor. Headshots from the USPs will be great. And Glonk is going to provide 2. It's left yet again up to Lieutenant Peak. He can find nothing for Stay Alive. And just like that, Guardian 13. And Fiorme, we have to say it. Is this that stand-in and that little tilt, that you can see at the beginning of the game being that big factor? Or is this just a Vertigo masterclass from the boys over in Blood Valley?
You know, it's tough. You know, I think what I was calling out about the peak that was a very failed peak on the side of Addicted Ambition was with Legine, who is the stand-in, right? And maybe one of the best teams in the league when they have their 5 that they practice with, that they do things with. But right now, I mean, look at this. Easy pickups for Blood Valley at this point. And, you know, going into 14th round with a lead like this of 11 is tough. It's tough for Addicted Ambition right now. Things can change, but I don't know if they do.
I mean, I would have to point out, the rest of the team needs to wake up. It can't just be Spazzy sitting at 22 kills. He's putting up a carry of a carry performance, but I mean, the rest of the team needs to start showing up. Everyone for Guardian, Blood Valley on double digits. On the other side of things, it's just Spazzy. 22 kills. Buddy Boo is sitting there at 10, but the rest of the roster not performing at any level here.
Yeah, Spazzy definitely a highlight. Well, 100%. He's made some great kills, been able to hold really good angles and try to stop, you know, as much as he could on that CT side. But now, whew, I don't know what Addicted Ambition can do. They've got to just not have this happen.
Oh.
Not have immediate takedowns happen like this. Give up those weapons. I mean, they have to pull by. At least the trade is going to be a thing with Goshen going down as well. Now, you know, do you put the question mark and say winnable?
I mean, you kind of want to, but again, it's Guardian got the opening. Excuse me, Blood Valley got the opening. They continued to push forward, and even though you had this semblance of B control, right here, Pants is going to spot everything. And while he does whiff onto the shots, he says, "Hey, it's going to be an A hit. There's a minute left on the clock. They're trying to send in here." And it is going to be left all up to MXR. He has been good for 2 in most of these rounds. And he does face a 1v3 to get 15. Spazzy will go down, but the trade will be there. And finally, a convincing round out of Addicted Ambition.
Yeah, I mean, after losing... I mean, let's see here. This is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds in a row. They're finally able to put one on the board. But, I mean, there's definitely a level of too little too late at this point, as Blood Valley has just really shown that they are the stronger team here. Is it one of those things that they've got a great T side, but their CT side's not going to be that strong? I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's the case. I think what we're seeing right now is Addicted Ambition has a good idea of how to play against Blood Valley's defense, but at this point, all Blood Valley has to do is stumble into 2 rounds.
Exactly, and even if you look at it, 3 rounds was possible for Addicted Ambition, and if we go off that metric, Blood Valley should be able to get it at least 2 more rounds. They won the pistol, they converted the bonus, they lost the bonus and went for the save here, which is a good call, but they're still doing damage. Blanc's able to find 1 here. Chili still has his Deagle in hand, and we know what he's been able to do with this, especially with the fact that Sean, he has the USP to spam with. I mean, they probably will not find much more into this round, but it's the simple fact that it's a 14-4 scoreline. And this is one of those scorelines where you sit here and you go, I mean, to get rid of this, to throw this round, or to throw this kind of a lead to Addicted Ambition would be more of a mark on Blood Valley than it would be on the prowess of Addicted at this point, right? I think that's the only way you can put it. And now we would need to see that comeback happen. You can see op, utility, the weapons coming out. Chili will be a little short-handed here, buying that AWP. He will get himself a FAMAS, but for Blood Valley, this is the round to do it, and this would be the knockout punch right here, Fjorme.
I really like how you explain that, is that Blood Valley, this is their game to lose right now. If Addicted Ambition could somehow... You're right, it doesn't look good for Addicted Ambition to win this game at this point. They can string together 11 rounds in a row, make this an incredible 30-round match, and win it. Wow, that's cool, but it really just says Guardian Esports dropped the ball.
100%. And one of the positives is Spazzy continues to find himself that one. He does get that opening onto Glonk Dizzle, so an early 4v5 coming out for the teaser, and exactly what the T's are hoping for, exactly what they wanted. And you can see it's going to put Guardian into a way more passive of a stance, a way more passive setup, 2 towards B, only Chili towards A. And if you're Blood Valley in this position, you might even be considering just saving at this point, right? You throw the smokes out, you throw the utility out, but if you can't find an early pick on this util coming in, might as well just try to save here and go into this next round. Ooh, Molotov.
That's the really good thing about where Blood Valley's at right now, right? Is they have all the rounds in the world to play with.
Yeah, and Pants, he is going to be able to find himself 1 along with MXR finding 1 into that bomb site. So they are going to take it for this because they did get that 3v4 setup here, especially with Lagine falling to Goshan. But these CTs piling up, it's going to be all on to Roger Dog. Now Buddy Boo. It is falling apart for Addicted Ambition. And we were just talking about the possibility of saving, even with the flubbed utility coming out from Blood Valley. They win the aim duels, they get themselves 15, and they're about to take a massive scalp in dominant fashion here.
Yeah, this is going to be a rough scoreline, and in this one, 16-5 is just, again, this is a black mark on the side of Addicted Ambition, and a part of you sits there and says, okay, can we really hold this against them playing with a sub, not having their full 5? Is this Addicted Ambition falling to the better team, or is this Addicted Ambition not having the tools they needed to beat a team they should have beat?
And that's the question that we will have to solve later into this group stage. Only being into these week 3 matchups, you can't really say yes or no to that question. But on top of that, we're in this position where you have that last second switch and you have that complete change up. But Buddy Boo, he does in the meantime, Legine and Buddy Boo, Legine falling, Buddy Boo finding that frag on a Glonk Dizzle, excuse me. But I think this is also one of those situations where, and this is a really tough thing to say, but I just think on this day, in this moment, with the 2 rosters that we've seen in the server, Guardian were the better team. And for Addicted Ambition, having one player change to stay a top team, to be a top team, you can't just have one player down. And I want to come back to the game here, Fjorme. MXR, he's going to drop Lieutenant Peak, and he has the bomb all to himself in a 3v2. Roger Dog is going to be able to find Chili in return, but if Pants can just find one, he doesn't even need to find one. He just needs to stay tucked here, get out of the way. MXR is also alone. These T's, they're going to have to go into MXR at some point. And this is perfect. The time being wasted here, Fjorme. This is looking perfect. Spazzy, he tries to walk down, barely alive in MXR. He has to know that more players are coming. The bomb has to go to the B bomb site, and he's just going to chill out. Pants is going to fall back. Smoke to come in. Spam from MXR. It's going to find Roger Dog. It's left all up to Spazzy. He's been a hero in this game, but MXR ends
Grenade
it.
out.
And just like that, Guardian with the stomp here, Fjorme, onto Addicted Ambition. And I think I might have to change my list. I think I might have to go back and change where I put Blood Valley, because I did not have Blood Valley looking this good coming into this game against Addicted Ambition and a good team there. And as much as we can say, hey, sub issue, not having to change the roster last minute, the tilt of that, you still shouldn't be losing 16-5 on Vertigo, a map you've played and you've shown you're good on. So for Blood Valley, this is the scalp they wanted.
Yep. I mean, a great match played by both teams, but unfortunately, again, Addicted Ambition just didn't have all the pieces to their puzzle today and lost a really big match in a really big fashion. But again, there's going to always be that little asterisk next to this one, and we'll see how that plays out later on in later matches and kind of go from there. But I've got the thing to do. If you're going to be in Las Vegas here in April, around the 16th to the 19th, you can come see me at the NAB show live at the IHSC booth. We're going to have gamers there playing games on their frame rate extenders. What is that? Well, guys, what this company does is so cool. Imagine having your computer in a completely different room of your house, whether it's a server room that's nice and cool and keeps your PC nice and safe, or a secure room like at a major LAN tournament where the players access to those computers. Their frame rate extenders allow them the 240 hertz monitors to have lagless, lossless, full 240 hertz right in front of the players, with the computers all the way in the back room. The same with your mouse input, your keyboard input, all of that stuff. It's such a cool product. And of course, with me being there, you can come see me, hang out with me. So check out NAB show if you're going to be around. Big thanks to IHSC. Spartan, thank you for joining me today.
Of course.
It's been a blast. But on that note, we're going to call it. We're going to be back on Tuesday this week, back on our normal schedule. Spring break had us a little bit twisted.
Of course
But
it
now
did.
we are untwisted, back in a straight line. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll be back here on the IHSE channel. We love you guys for tuning in. If you're not following, do it now, and we will catch you next time.
Grenade out.